I never imagined the day I'd ask for a divorce would come with her laughter ringing in my ears. My name is Daniel. I'm 38, and for the last 12 years, I've been married to Emily. From the outside, we look like the perfect couple. A house in the suburbs, 2 cars in the driveway, dinner parties with friends where we smiled and pretended everything was fine. But behind closed doors, the story was different. It started in small ways, the kind you almost overlook. Emily would brush off my attempts at affection. I'd reach for her hand during movie night, and she'd pull away with some excuse about being tired or not in the mood. Nights that once ended with whispered conversations now dissolved into silence, each of us scrolling through our phones until sleep claimed us alone. At first, I chalked it up to stress, work pressure, or the natural dulling of passion in long marriages. But months turned into years, and the rejection became routine. I tried to talk to her. I remember sitting across from her at the kitchen table one evening, the air heavy with words I didn't know how to speak. "Emily, are we okay? You never want to be close anymore." She gave me that tight, practiced smile she perfected over the years, the one that never reached her eyes. "Oh, Daniel, you're too sensitive. Not everything has to be about intimacy." She said it like I was a child throwing a tantrum. That was the first time I felt invisible in my own marriage. I held on, though. I told myself love was more than physical closeness. I buried myself in work, fixed things around the house, tried to become the man I thought she'd once loved. But nothing changed. The coldness between us grew into a silent presence in our home, unspoken, yet unavoidable. Then came the night that broke me. I tried one last time to reach her. I touched her arm gently and asked if we could talk, if we could try to find our way back to each other. She laughed. Not a soft chuckle, but a sharp, cutting laugh that felt like a knife across my chest. "Daniel, you're not sleeping with me. That ship sailed a long time ago." I stared at her, stunned. She said it as if it were a joke, as if years of silence and rejection meant nothing. I should have been angry, but all I felt was a hollow ache. Something inside me cracked, and for the first time in years, I saw the truth without excuses. The next morning, I sat across from her at the same kitchen table where I had once begged for answers. My voice was calm, steadier than I expected. "Emily, I want a divorce." Her smile vanished instantly. She blinked, confused, as though she hadn't heard me right. Then her eyes filled with tears. "No, you can't, Daniel, please," she whispered. But it was too late. Her tears fell fast, streaming down her cheeks as she reached for my hand across the table. "Daniel, please don't do this. We can fix it," she cried, her voice trembling with a desperation I hadn't heard in years. For a moment, I almost felt pity. Almost. But pity isn't love, and it's certainly not respect. I thought of all the nights I'd lain awake beside her, wondering why I wasn't enough. I thought of the countless times I tried to bridge the distance, only to be laughed at, dismissed, or made to feel small. I pulled my hand back gently. "Emily," I tried. "For years, I begged for closeness, for something real. You laughed at me when I asked for intimacy. You made me feel like a fool for even needing it. And now you're crying because I finally had the strength to say I'm done." Her face twisted in anger, hot tears mingling with fury. "So that's it? You're just going to walk away after everything we built?" she demanded. "Yes," I said quietly, "because what we built isn't a marriage anymore. It's 2 strangers sharing a mortgage." She stood, pacing the kitchen like a caged animal. "You will regret this. Do you know what people will say? Do you know how this will look?" I shook my head. "Emily, I stopped caring what it looks like a long time ago. I care about what it feels like, and it feels like nothing. That's worse than anger, worse than fights. It's emptiness, and I can't live empty anymore." The room went silent, except for her soft sobs. For years, I had dreamed of seeing her show emotion, anything that proved she still cared. But now, watching her break down, it felt hollow. Too little, too late. That night, I packed a bag. Just one, with clothes, my laptop, and a few personal things. As I zipped it closed, Emily appeared at the doorway, her eyes red and swollen. "Please, Daniel, stay. We can try counseling. Anything you want. Don't throw us away." I paused, searching for some trace of the woman I had married, the woman who used to light up when I walked into a room. But she was gone, replaced by someone who laughed at my vulnerability and only cried when her comfort was threatened. "I'm not throwing us away," I said softly. "You did that when you stopped seeing me as your husband." I walked past her, down the hall and out the door. The cool night air hit my face as I loaded my bag into the car. For the first time in years, I felt something that resembled peace. Not joy, not triumph, just peace. A quiet certainty that, even though the road ahead would be difficult, it would also be honest. Marriage isn't supposed to be a prison of silence and rejection. It's supposed to be partnership, intimacy, and love. Without those, it's nothing more than paperwork. And I finally decided I deserved more than paperwork. As I drove away, her cries faded into the distance. The house shrank in my rearview mirror until it became nothing but a shadow against the night sky. In that moment, I knew I hadn't lost anything. I had finally set myself free.